everyone. Welcome to another edition of Awaken Suddenly Live Quick Talk. It is 8 p.m. on I don't even know what night it is, to be honest with you. I believe it is a Monday night, March 18th, 2019. And you are here live inside the Awaken the World group. And Kim, boy, we got to quit meeting up like this. Kelly's going to begin to wonder. And speaking of that, I want to have a little talk about being with oneself this evening as I find the house empty. Kelly's over at the Strata meeting. The boy child is off about his, spring holiday business. Yeah. Kim says, twice in one day. I've hardly been on here. Yeah, not at all, eh? So, I find myself at home alone. And there's a lot of people who find being alone difficult. Now, I find it quite refreshing, to be honest with you. And it is not that I am antisocial. You see, I can spend time with people in public, absolutely. But I also know the limits of what I can handle. You see, in a busy environment like a mall, there is far too much thought noise, far too much energetic bombardment for me to take any more than an hour or two of that. And then I begin to get a little bit antsy because it begins to impact upon me too much. And it's not that I have issues with being with people in public. It all depends on what's going on. I've spoken in front of conferences of thousands of people, all with a spiritual mindset. And it's a totally different feeling than being amongst 300 or 400 people in a mall. That's for sure. So what we're really talking about, though, here this evening is about being with yourself, okay? And when you're being with yourself, the reason that we often don't want to is that it's very difficult to face ourselves, especially when we first begin this process. Now, if you will notice in the environment, and I haven't changed anything in the environment I'm in, you hear no sound. We have no television blaring. There's no screen that's, playing the latest Netflix series. When I am home alone, I stay in a state of absolute silence. My environment is silent. The cat is silent. She's sitting over there, curled up on a stool, and she enjoys this time as well. In this silence, of course, your thoughts become louder. Those things you didn't want to face become more apparent, closer to you. You can almost see them now because of the silence. And, a lot of people will automatically reach for the TV remote or reach for that tablet or laptop and want to engage their mind and keep themselves busy from facing themselves. And I would ask and invite you, out of the deepest compassion in my heart for all of you, to spend time with yourself in silence. You see, we've been taught in some way that if we find something inside of ourselves that doesn't align with what we've been taught about right and wrong and good and evil and all these other things, that we're somehow bad people, or that we haven't made it yet, or that there's something inherently wrong with our being. And that is not the case ever. I once spent 187 days alone in absolute silence, except for times where I was chanting a mantra out loud. And for the first week, the chatter and the loudness of my own thoughts became almost overpowering. And it's in these moments that we want to reach for a TV set. Of course, me alone on a small mountaintop monastery with 300 steps away from anything so much as a garbage can. Hello, Carol. Nice to see you this evening. I didn't have the opportunity for any sort of distraction. I was forced to be with myself. And this is absolutely the very best thing for you, and you have no need to fear facing yourself. What you do need to do, though, is refuse to judge yourself when you face yourself. When we are alone in the silence, when we force ourselves into a position where we must hear what is going on, we can take a look at it objectively. Again, I must emphasize, there is no blame. You will find thoughts and believe that they are your thoughts buried deep within you, and you will fail to understand that those aren't really your thoughts. They're thoughts out of the egoic cloud of consciousness that matched your vibration at the time. And then those thoughts became twisted through the experience you were having. But they don't own you. What they represent, though, is a bit of dissonant energy, a bit of your energy that's being held, kind of isolated or frigid or frozen and unavailable to the whole of your being. It's like you have a little kink in your side and that part of you doesn't move quite right. So, of course, over time, when we don't face ourselves, when we don't look deeply at ourselves, when we're not willing to listen and see and hear and feel what's in there in the depths of our being, we fail to realize that there are many of these little dissonant energy patches. Oh, Carol says, so glad to catch you live. And Carol, absolutely. You know, I love being here with all of you. I truly do. I look forward to the times we spend together. I really do. That's the truth of it. So as I said, over time, we gather a whole bunch of these energy dissonant, frozen bits of ourselves, okay? And they manifest in various locations, depending on what the situation was, what our thought processes were at the time. And they cling to us. And they're actually part of us. And we don't want to let them go. We don't want to push them away or hide them. And certainly we don't want to avoid them, because avoiding them is not accepting what is right now. So wherever you are in your existence, I want you to look at your entire being, your entire energetic body structure. I want you to look at the depths of your mind in silence, in times you spend alone. Hello, Janet. So nice to see you. Janet has joined us. Fantastic. So yes, absolutely. I really want you to take some time and just look upon your whole energetic field. Feel your whole body's energetic field. Spend some time in solitude. Face yourself. See what's deep inside that has to be let go. Bring it into the light of your conscious awareness. Love it. Do not resist or push up against what is. Accept how you are right now, today, in this moment. And accept it lovingly, because you are loved. You can never not be loved. And we live in this magnificent universe where As crassly as it sounds, it really does sum it up. And because I'm going to say this, this video is no longer children safe, okay? But you simply can't fuck it up. Whoops, sorry. Nothing says it more clearly, though. You see, if you make choices in your existence that end up causing you suffering, well, that suffering will guide you to make better choices, quite naturally. God, creation, never holds that against you. It's totally self-correcting. When you make choices that are in alignment with your higher self, you experience a more peaceful journey on your walk. And again, that is a natural result of your choices. So we've all made those unconscious choices. We all feel that we hold hurts and wounds that somehow are holding us back in some way, or lessening our experience, or preventing us from expressing the entire magnificence of our being. Love those dissonant bits you find. Bring them into the light of your awareness. I see Anna Gabrielle is here as well. Hello, Anna. So nice to see you. I'm flying solo tonight, and we're having a conversation on being with oneself. When you love those dissonant energy parts of yourself, those frozen bits of yourself, those things you didn't want to face, when you bring them into the light of your awareness with love and acceptance and openness and honesty with yourself, you are offered the opportunity to unthaw that vibration and return that energy back into the whole of your being, healed, never again to encumber you. And we can do this with ourselves over and over and over again until we feel absolutely free, absolutely powerful. When we have the opportunity to be with oneself, to be alone, do so in silence. Take the opportunity to meditate, to contemplate, to see deep within yourself, and to first and foremost accept everything you find. You know, everything that you experience here in this mortal realm, everything in this dualistic universe, has nothing to do with what you are. It's the experience you're having. It's the expression you're choosing to manifest. Do so joyfully. You are so powerful, so whole, so complete. That's it. That's all. That's all I have this evening. I hope you take time to watch this in its quick entirety. Spend time alone with yourself. Relish that time. You know, when you truly need nobody, when you are truly 100% okay only with yourself, it is then and only then that you can truly love another. I know this seems a little hard to take, but it's the truth. We have to be able to be okay just with ourselves. And in that, we are a light that attracts other lights to us, and we share in our light. Again, all my love. Namaste to you all, and good night.